Hey guys, what is up, mates? Here doing another World of Tanks Xbox review. Hey guys, here we are at Tier 8 with the German tank destroyer, the Jagdpanther II. This is one of 3 German tank destroyers in the game. Let's go ahead and talk about the packages. I wouldn't worry about the stock package too much because you're not going to be using it. Because if you have played the Jagdpanther, which you should have, you will have access to this package for free of charge. The only thing it will cost you is obviously silver rather than XP. Let's go ahead and look at the package. 650 horsepower will be your stock engine. Your gun will now be the 105mm L52. This is the same gun used on the Jagdpanther, obviously. Your rate of fire will be 7.50 rounds a minute, 200mm of penetration, 320 average damage. Your aiming time will be 1.70. Your accuracy will be 0.34. Your tracks will be 28 degrees of second of traverse, and your gun traverse will be 26 degrees per second, and your view range will be 380 meters. I was able to go through it. I mean, it's not exactly slow, not exactly fast stock, but you can make it work as long as you were patient. You're obviously sticking purely to the supporting role. You're not doing anything crazy in this machine's stock. Your next package will upgrade your engine and your tracks. Your engine will now be 870 horsepower, and your track traverse will now be 30 degrees a second. At this point, I mean, you could really start doing some of the things that this machine's known for. You could try to rush in and get into a hull down position. You could try to play aggressively. You could try to finish matches strong and use your speed to really kind of go in there and race for kills like the medium tanks, but you can certainly do that. The only thing that's going to hold you back, and the only limitation, is going to be this 105. And don't get me wrong, it's a good gun, but when you start going up against Tier 8 tanks consistently like this gun is, it becomes a problem. So maybe when you're using this machine, maybe carry a few more premium rounds than you normally would have on the Jagdpanther, and you can make this machine work. But the final package is what a lot of people go for, and obviously because it's the final package, the only thing that's upgraded is that gun. You will now get a 128mm L55. This is the same gun used on the E75. Your rate of fire will be 5.13 rounds a minute. Penetration will now be 246mm with regular ammo. And your average damage will be 490. Your aim time is 2.29, and your accuracy is 0.34. The impression I have of this machine is as long as you do not expose yourself, if you can remain unspotted, this machine is deadly. It's as deadly as any other tank destroyer. But if you do get spotted, people are going to aim at that hull. That hull, even though it is more well armored than the Jagdpanther II, it is still going to get pinned very easily just because of the guns being fired at you. So do not be spotted. If you are going to be aggressive, the only real armor you can depend on is that superstructure, the housing surrounded the gun. That's where you can get a lot of bounces, a lot of deflections. You can see how sloped and well angled it is from the sides, just the angle alone. You can get a lot of bounces. But the main thing you want to be doing is you don't want to get spotted. If you are spotted, be sure you're hull down, then you can get some bounces. Your speed and maneuverability, you would use it to either A, retreat into a defensive position where you have support, or you would use your speed and maneuverability, as I have with these tank destroyers so far, and you use it to shift the gun around to another side where a flank is falling, and you can bolster up the defense. Camo rating is much worse on this machine because of the larger size, obviously, but you know, I think it's a reasonable trade-off. I haven't had the camo rating hasn't hurt me too much, but yet it is noticeable. That gun made all the difference on this machine. Alright guys, I'm going to switch to some gameplay. I'll catch you guys back here in a moment. Okay guys, here we are on Mountain Pass Standard Battle. Let's go ahead and get equipment out of the way. I run the rammer, and I do run camouflage net on this tank destroyer. Even though the camo rating is obviously worse than the Jagdpanther, I still run it just to give me some kind of assistance and longer distance engagements. And bear in mind, you probably are going to still stick to long-range engagements. Don't be crazy. Remember, this is a tank destroyer. You are meant to be long-range support. You are meant to be you're meant to be sniping for your team, not, you know, up front doing what medium tanks do. Even though this thing is quick enough to do that, I wouldn't do it. It's ended in disaster for me on multiple occasions, so don't do it. Alright.
God, the achievements don't stop.
And, you know, despite the fact I'm in an Xbox Live party, we still have some squeaky retard speaking. But, yeah, Wargaming, you may want to work on that. Either Wargaming or Microsoft's going to have to work on that. But I will be adding annotations in the video, because this is usually the tier where I get frustrated or I break commentary and get very annoyed with my teammates. We're going to go ahead and get into an early position here. Somewhat early. This is usually something I do in a medium tank, but I think it's fine here with this tank destroyer. It's quick and agile. There's nothing wrong with it. Even though I don't have any kind of optical support, and I might add, I don't have coded optics or binos on this thing. I may not have enough view range to spot these guys. There we go. Somebody came up and helped me out there. Take that easy shot. We're gonna hit him one more time if he wants to sit there. We're gonna back off. Too many people around me, and he's gonna trace shots here soon. Looks like our team is kind of camping it up a little bit. Alright, I'm gonna back up because these guys they're coming around the hill here shortly. Bear in mind, the other reason why I always suggest, you know, you're going to want to play typical tank destroyer play, long range, sniping, supporting your teammate, that kind of thing, is because tier for tier, this thing is not as well armored as the Jagdpanther. And yeah, this machine is more well armored than the Jagdpanther. I'm not going to tell you this thing doesn't have more armor, it does. The thing is the Jagdpanther did not have the guns consistently firing at it that this thing does. You got to worry about not just tier 8 guns, but tier 9 and tier 10 guns shooting at you also. So you have to consider those things. The only way you can get some real armor on this machine is if you put it hull down. Alright, Ramatal, fire your shot. Nope, you don't have a shot. Cool. And let me through here and let me do my thing to this KV-4. Taking. Planted one to the side. We're going to back up. Reload safely. Engine is very vulnerable on this machine. People will pick on it, so remember that. We're going to go ahead and finish that Tiger off if he's going to sit sideways onto me. Alright, we're not going to waste our repair kit. We're going to be patient. KV-4 is not even looking at me. Oh, man. Saves me a track. Alright, we're going to have to be patient. They still got a KV-4 in the fight. AMX 5100. Got lucky. Bounced his auto loader off me. I think he might be hitting the superstructure right now. Like I said, the only real armor on this machine is your superstructure, and there's a nice healthy hit from the 128. Looks like we're hull down right here. I'll have to make a mental note of this spot. Even though you can play aggressive in this machine, doesn't mean you always should, because you can get yourself killed or you can cripple yourself doing that. So, you know, use caution at times still. Remember, this is a tank destroyer. Your main job is to snipe people and just bludgeon the enemy team from long distance. If you are trying to do something crazy, you're going to lose, and you're going to cripple yourself and only hurt your team. So, just remember that. You know, play with some level of caution. It's best. Alright, T-29's out, and we're gonna say hello to this Tiger 1. Yep. There goes the, there's an example of the, disadvantage of the, superstructure there. You have less gun depression. The Jagdpanther, I probably would have pulled that shot off with little effort. But you know, because I got a superstructure here, the gun's howls higher, gun depression is going to be a problem for you, whether you like it or not.
Target fire.
Not going to miss that time.
They're knocked out. Ready to fire on target.
I will track him.
Let's find another target.
Take aim.
Enemy vehicle knocked out.
Another thing to note, the speed and maneuverability on this machine, just because it is fast, doesn't mean you should be flying up to the front for your team. So be smart about it. I'm going to let this Tiger II continue on his way. And just support him. He's going to have more flexibility in a fight than me, so I'm actually going to hold off a little bit. I'd rather him make engagement first than me. Oh, there we go. Got spotted. Somebody's up on that hill, I believe. They missed. Glorious. It's probably one of the... Nope, T-28. Take aim, take aim. We're going to hit him right in that cheek. Back up. Not a bad spot, sir, but...
AT-15, I'll keep
kinda
the
far
other
away.
AT-15 tracked as long as I can.
Sketchy shot.
But he can pierce through my
Take
armor.
aim.
No.
467. You can see here quickly from pounding this guy multiple times, he's not too eager to fight me right now. I mean, this 128 just quickly puts people in their place. He's going back down the hill. Looks like to focus on our Tiger II.
Help. Please.
RT-29 is going to try to help out with that TD. I'm going to leave that between the Tiger II and the Jag-88 to sort out.
I'm on low health and I'm against the AT-15.
Ready to fire. Target unlocked. We finished him off.
He bounced his shot with the T-29. Oh, chill, dude.
Victory
How do you miss a shot that range anyways? You can see here with the 128, we'll look at the damage output, 4,400. I mean, don't expect to be having those kind of results, you know, all the time in this machine. The main thing that keeps this machine balanced is its hull is not well armored. So, you know, people, when they get a shot at you, they're going to take shots at you, and it's going to be into that hull. Your engine is going to get taken out. In fairness, though, to this machine, like the Jagdpanther, I haven't had the engine taken out on this thing anywhere near as badly as the Jagdpanther IV, the engine trouble I had with it. So don't worry about that too much here on the Jagdpanther II, but still, it is a concern. Like I said, go hull down. This thing can stand up and fight it out with the best of them. But for the most part, you're wanting to play a long-range defensive kind of supporting role for your team, for the most part. The speed and maneuverability you have access to in this machine, it gives you the ability to really finish games. You can really get in there and take out tanks much quicker, and you can kind of race for the kills like the medium tanks do. But the most important thing about the speed and maneuverability of this machine is you use it to shift the gun around. As I said, you play defensively in a tank destroyer. That's how you get the most out of them. This thing is good when things are going bad, and your team needs you to shift that gun around to help them out on a particular side of the map where the flank is falling. That's exactly what this thing does. It kind of reminds you, the playstyle is very similar to the Stug III, the Jagdpanther IV, and the Jagdpanther in that sense. You're using your speed to shift around and get the gun set up and just start bombarding people with that 128, and it is a beast. I recommend the tank. I definitely love the Jagdpanther II. It is a fun machine. Go for it, guys. Alright, guys. I will catch you guys later. Peace out.